give it a second for things to set up. We'll see if this remains stable. So far, if this works, it will be good to be back. Okay, cool. Not gonna lie, it feels really strange to be back because it's been a hot minute. It's actually been a couple of years. Just keeping an eye on stuff like dropped frames, because I know, like, previously, it wasn't actually great with stuff like losing frames. But look, I've got a cool new capture card. I'm keeping an eye on the stream. And yeah. Oh, damn it, I've actually got a save file. Cool. Is there a way I could just delete it in here, or do I have to call? Amazing. I've got to go through switch settings. Data management. Save data. Delete save data. Perfect. Bear with me 2 minutes while I'm getting this set up. Okay, cool. Yeah, I mean, I was concerned about the audio. First off, I wasn't sure if it actually got normal and if it would actually come through correctly. Just gonna mute my speaker so that doesn't come through twice. Okay, that should be okay. I will turn down the Elgato stream for the time being, see how that is. Cool. Yeah, I mean, pretty much it seems stable so far, but you know, I've not played this game in a hot minute. I had played the Let's Go Eevee version at launch, and it's been a while since I've actually touched it. I tried to get into playing Let's Go Pikachu again, just because I'm trying to get the live decks, but you know. But yeah, I mean, the whole issue with me and Pokemon, right, is every time I play it, I need to get the live decks. The main issue with that is, you know, there's stuff like trade evolutions, and obviously being Pokemon, there's 2 separate versions for each of them. And, you know, it tends to just be a bit of a pain. But every time I have to set the trainer name to Nia. Just gonna call him Rival. So I mean, I've been So recently what I've been doing is I've been trying to get through the Legends EO DLC. It's bad. The issue is to complete the Pokedex, right, you need to complete these 5-star raids. I say raids, these pretty much wormholes you go through. The issue being is you need to get like 25,000 points before you can actually unlock them, and it's RNG whether or not you can actually, you know, get the thing you're looking for. So, for example, like the legendary Pokemons and mythical they've got in there as well, there's only just a chance of you can actually get them. But the thing is, the reason it's a pain is because, you know, you need them, you need to see them in order to complete the Pokedex, complete the game. But you've got such a poor chance of getting it, and if you don't get it, you need to spend an extra hour to grind the points up again. But it's frustrating, so I generally don't think I'm ever going to play the DLC again after I finish it. But I'm actually only missing one mythical, I think it's Latios, and I'm missing Rotom as well, but because Rotom comes under like the 5-star wormholes, like it's just not possible to get them. Well, it is after hours of grinding. Part of the issue is when I go to complete the live decks, Pokemon Home tracks what game it comes from. So it's just got a list of like the Pokedex entries. So although I've got like multiple Rotoms from like previous other games, you know, there's not much I can do about it, because when I look at Pokemon Home, it's just going to have a blank space for Rotom for the primary reason I've not caught it in ZA yet. So, he's the old professor. You know, I loved the art style of this game. It was really good fun when it came out. I don't think it's held up well, just for the prime reason it uses stuff like the Pokemon Go capture mechanics. If it was just like normal Pokemon gameplay, I think people would talk about this game much more. But just because it uses like the Pokemon Go captures, it's just boring. Although people can say that about the standard Pokemon games, you know, press A to win. Oh, hold it at the screen, press A, because I am not throwing my arm. Guess I've got to make the fast one. Like, normally I remember just being able to press A, but you know, I've actually found with this that you can't connect a Pro Controller, so you can play in handheld mode. But although a Pro Controller's got gyro, you just can't connect it to the game. Bit piss take, really. Keeping an eye on these dropped frames just for the prime reason I don't want it to go wrong like last time. I mean, I've got a wired Ethernet connection now, and you know, I've got additional Wi-Fi hubs, so it's not just trying to connect to the one downstairs like it was before. But I mean, so far it's been working okay. We've got a couple of issues when playing stuff like Fortnite for some reason, but I think that's just because it's not really that optimised. I mean, I was going to look at going back in streaming before today, but I had set up a new desk the other week, and I thought, you know what, as I turned 25 today, I might as well go back to streaming, you know? I mean, I won't be doing it every day like I did before, just because that did take quite a bit out of me. But I think it's been about 2.5 years since I last started streaming, nearly 3, just because it was about the time I started at the company I work for, Apello. So it's been a while. But I thought, yeah, might as well celebrate being 25 with a stream. I think As I say, I think I'm gonna stream like a couple of times a week, potentially on a Monday because I get the day off work. I'm not gonna give Pikachu a nickname. Yeah, I need to set up a schedule at some point, just because I don't want it to take up my life like it did before. But you know, still, I enjoy it. Come on, give me a Pokédex, old man. I always find it funny they don't actually give the characters proper animations, like Professor Oak right there. He just kind of waved his hat in the way, and that's about it. Give me the Dex. I am glad I could stream on time because I was aiming for 2. I had some issues with I think it's like VideoTube, the thing I used to get Neo up and running. For some reason it just wasn't picking up the microphone, so I had to do a clean install. But thankfully, it appears like there's been an update in the past 2 years, so it was quite handy to get that set up. I've also got I have a new PC setup now. I say new since the last stream, because I did have a setup before, but it did have a few issues with lag here and there. So I spent a fair deal setting that back up. Actually, I don't remember if they've given me any balls yet. Where is it? Catching the pocket. Oh, cool, I've got 50. Works for me. Part of the plan with playing this isn't just being able to get the live decks back up and running, but I do want to, look at getting more shiny Pokemon. Oh, cool. Okay, so I can't press the A button to catch. I remember you could before when you were playing handheld, just for the prime reason, it's a pain to be, dragging the Switch across to throw a ball. I guess because I'm playing with one Joy-Con, that's me screwed for this. Yeah, pretty much. My main thing with this game is just try and complete the Pokédex, really. So, yeah, didn't get an excellent that time, but we can do. So I ended up picking up the Elgato capture card. I've got the 4KX version. I did pick it up for the sole reason I could stream Switch games. It's not that bad, to be fair. It was actually quite reasonably priced. I mean, I'm not going to complain, But the good news is, at least I've got the capture card HDMI output to my TV now, because of the way my desk's now positioned. I can get that set up quite easily. Before how I was doing it was I was having it running to my PC and the PC only. So when it came to playing, games like Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom or whatever I was playing at the time, I could only watch it from the preview window, which had caused a few issues. But now, if I want, I can view it on the TV. Part of the issue before as well was if I just wanted to play games on the TV, but without streaming it, I couldn't, because my dock was connected to the setup and the HDMI cable wasn't long enough to reach to the TV. So, But now it's right next to it, so I can still run a 4K output. Also, that is a great thing about the Switch 2. Because it's a year old now? It was like June 4th it came out. I love missing throws just because I'm rocking in his chair. Cool. And from what I remember, at least with this game, the whole thing is you can pretty much give Pokemon to the professor to get candies, like you could in Pokemon Go itself. So I mean, the main thing with me in this game is I'm just going to catch everything I can, you know, see how far I can get with it. I did actually think about getting a new PNG model for my return. But then I looked back on the photos of this version of Neo and I thought, you know what, it's cool, it looks good. But, I mean, when I was streaming last time, I can't actually remember if I had my fursuit at that point. But I've had the fursuit for a couple of years, so I think so. I think it's been a couple of years. Been to a few conventions, but I've not been able to this year just for the prime reason I've been trying to do other things. Previous years I'd just go to a convention like once a year. This year I am aiming to go late year, but I've not seen any events coming out for it. The whole thing I've been doing at the moment is I've been trying to go to different concerts because, I mean, before the end of last year I hadn't been to one. But now I've seen like Noha, Gorillas, and yeah, I'm seeing Good Kid in September. In London the other week to see Two Door Cinema Club, and you know what? It was pretty good. There were five bands playing, one of which had James Marriott performing. You know, I've always wanted to see him play live, and you know what? I've done it now. He was pretty damn good. As you think, part of the issue I had with this game when I first played it is that although there are Pokemon battles, it's less about battling, more of just throwing balls at creatures, right? Whereas in other Pokemon games, it's got like a good mix. You've got to fight the Pokemon to lower its health to catch it, and this one, you just throw a ball. That's it. I will say, I'm not. It's strange for me to say, I know, but I'm not actually overly fussed about like getting shinies in this game, because I've seen where people are grinding out. They've got to catch like 350 Rattatas before like they look at getting a single shiny. And although I get it, I love shiny hunting myself. I want to get a shiny live dex. I don't know. Just sitting there and grinding about 300 odd just for the chance to get one just doesn't seem right for me. Well, you can get them in Pokemon Go relatively easily, and with Legends ZA you can get sparkling donuts. So it's possible to get shinies. I mean, I caught about 4 this morning. And I will say, I am glad they're making it easier to get them. But at the same point in time, there was something great about just randomly stumbling across like a shiny Pokemon at full odds. With the first Pokemon game I played Pokemon Diamond towards like the release date of it. The main thing I loved about that is I encountered a shiny Medicham, right? Now, the cool thing is, first time seeing a shiny, my reaction, loved it, great. I killed it. The first shiny I ever found, I killed it. It was towards like the beginning of Mount Coronet after the Eterna City gym. I was just running in the cave to like catch something cool and new, right? And I ran around the boulder towards like the entrance, and I pressed the A button, moved one step, and there it was, shiny Pokemon. So after I killed it, I was upset. So I literally stood there for an hour trying trying to get it again, thinking, okay, turn the game off and on again, recreate the steps. What did I do to get the Pokemon? And I mean, obviously, I didn't get it, but you know, I've not seen another shiny Medicham since. Was it Medidite? One. Anyway. But the thing is with that, obviously it's a cool memory. It's stuck with me since. So I hate the idea of like encountering a shiny and losing it or killing it. I will say the music for this game is pretty good. It's repetitive, but it's good. I was actually going to play BGSP today, but then I thought, you know what, I've played that game a bit too much, and it's, you know, I've not really touched this, well, kind of since release. As I mentioned earlier, I played the game at launch, right? Loved it then. Got Let's Go Pikachu a good few years later. Tried to play it, and you know, as you've said at the start of the stream as well, I caught like 6 Pokemon, that's it. You know, I'm probably beyond that point now. I did like that they moved the berry mechanics over from Go to this game. Although I'm not a fan of like, you know, throw the ball to catch them. Just because, you know, I'm not 12. But I like the idea that you can use the berries to get like better chances of catching them. Wow, you could do more than just catch them. Didn't know with this game. I mean, the first row was usually easy, right? I may look at moving Neo out of the way. Let's see. What's better? Top right? Yeah, that will do. What was cool about this game was that, you know, you can teach your Pikachu and Eevee different moves. So, like, although, you know, you can teach either, like, electric moves or whatever, you know, you could also teach them, like, fire and fighting. And I thought that was really cool. Just quick attack, why not? To be fair, it's a bit of a pain having the VTuber model, because it's like, where do I put it on the screen? I actually need to look at creating like new screen, like the scenes for the start and ending of the streams itself. Hey, you got an outfit. Cool. Huzzah, you can play with Pikachu. This is the first and last time I will be doing this. Just for the prime reason I didn't need to use it in the base game to get 100%. I'm not going to need it now. Because I know it's like, oh, it's your best friend Pikachu, you know, gotta look after him. Or I guess in this circumstance, her. You know, can't complain. Have I got the box yet? I do. The only thing I can think of in regards to Pokemon Box is just the GameCube title. Pokemon Box Ruby and Sapphire. It was completely useless. Well, for me at least. Well, I can understand you can transfer Pokemon into it, but just like Pokemon Home. But because it's just solely on your GameCube, it's just, I don't know, it's just no point. Free potion. I don't need it yet because there's a limited number of battles at the start of the game. I know there'll be more like later down the line, but for the time being. Cool. Time to beat up a child, I guess. And the main thing is just let's thunder shock it, right? I should probably make a Instagram story just say I am live. So I've got one issue with OBS at the moment, right? Where, great, I've linked it. I can see the Twitch chat. It doesn't tell me how many people are viewing, and I know it doesn't really matter at the time being, right? For the prime reason I'm, small, got like 17 followers. That's about it. But it would be nice to just see like a total in the bottom corner. Either there isn't, I've just not seen it. You open yet? Cool. At the start of the game at least, I'm not going to need to heal Pokemon all that much. As I say, there's not that many like battles you need to take. That's a good start. Although I did really like Fire Red and Leaf Green. Really good game, it's really fun. This is definitely an improvement. Let's say they have added like the Pokemon Go mechanics, which I'm not a great fan of. But graphically it looks really good. So just get a standard throw in there. Cool. Caught Spearow. I may end up moving the Neo VTuber down to the bottom right, maybe, because it's not in the way of the text, thankfully. But yeah, oh, cool. It's in the way of the text there. Let's get rid of Tail Whip. Just get a fighting move in. It'd be good for like rock type gyms. I'll say that is one thing I've always used for Pokemon BDSP and Diamond, Pearl and Platinum for that matter. I'd always go for Chimchar. Chimchar was my first Pokemon ever. Got to stick with it. But you can evolve it into Monferno before the first gym, so then you can just get some fighting moves out of the way. And, you can just tank the first match. It's a bit of a pain later down the line where you have stuff like Crash Awake's gym, but it's never usually that bad, and by the time you're at that point, you're either like have an over-leveled starter, or you've got something that you can use electric attacks. So send out Pidgey. Obviously, being an electric type, I've got the advantage anyway. Oh look, level 3. Part of the reason I wanted to get back into the streaming now is just because, when GTA 6 comes out, I've managed to get the day booked off work. So, I'll probably spend the day streaming it. Obviously, I'll need to put warnings on and all that. Cool. Overpowered already. Level 8. I'm hoping I can get an evolved Pokemon before the first gym, but the answer's not likely. See you later, rival named Rival. See anything interesting? I can't remember if it was here where you could find like Dratini or something early. Bizarre. Nice throw. I'm going to have to go back into making stuff like thumbnails. Just because obviously I can't exactly leave this video without. So there's Pokemon League. Go. I mean, they're not going to let me in. I've not got a single badge, but cool. What's this? Nidoran? Yeah, Nidoran. Can't hurt to get an excellent throw, you know. But ends up being a powerhouse later on, you know, getting a Nidoking. But I'll add it to the team just because, obviously, as you can see here, I've got a number of duplicates. There's our Nidoran male added to the decks. So, I mean, it was around this game, I think. I can't remember if it was in Sword and Shield, I think it was as well, but you know, they started adding the Pokemon box ability, which I love because, you know, with the older Pokemon games, you've got to run back to the box to find your Pokemon. You know, you didn't have an add to party section. So, I mean, it did make it a bit more of a pain, you know, previously when you had to run back to get Pokemon you've just caught. But one thing I am really glad about with this game is they've added overworld Pokemon. It's something people have been asking a lot before, and I know they did it for certain sections for like Sword and Shield, but in this you can see like overworld shinies as well, if I remember correctly. And yeah, it does make it a lot easier, and you know, it is one of the easier games to catch Pokemon in. You know, being that it's just throwable rather than you have to weak it and then paralyze it and then, you know, use stuff like false swipes. So I am kind of glad they removed the need to use that, but at the same point in time, it's classic Pokemon, right? I don't think they'll be removing it from the main games anytime soon. How many do I have? 38. Let's top it back up to 50. Why not? I am quite glad they added stuff like costumes into this game. It's still a little naff for the primary reason, you know, you can pick top, you can pick bottom, and that's about it. Like you have a hat or you have like the main outfit itself. It's a good start though, but the issue is with BDSP itself. I've played a lot of BDSP. At launch, for pre-order bonuses, they gave you like the outfit from Pokemon Platinum, which is really cool. The one downside about it is they never added it to the outfit shop. So although you can get it as a pre-order bonus, great, but if ever you try and replay the game, you know, you're never going to have that outfit again. And that's the issue I had, you know. But with my games, yeah, with the games I play and, you know, with playing Pokemon, I try, as I mentioned, I try and get the live decks. I want every Pokemon in that dex to have the trainer name of Neo. just because, you know, he's pretty much my whole brain, the whole thing, right? But the one issue is when I was playing BDSP for the first time, I was using like the name of the trainer from either like the manga or the anime, so I called the male protagonist Lucas, you know. One downside, I caught a shiny shaman. It's got the wrong trainer name, so I can't use it. But you can't use the mystery gift anymore, which I still think they let us down with that. Just because the whole thing with BDSP is, you know, it allowed us to play the Gen 4 games again. You know, it allowed us to get the mystery gifts again. But surely they would have seen the amount of people that complained after Diamond, Pearl and Platinum they couldn't get the mystery gifts anymore. I mean, I know you can mod the game, so you know you can get it one way or another, but you can't get it officially without the use of like mods. And I think that's just like poor game setup, right? Because you've released a game previously, you've seen people have complained about it, and they just didn't take the initiative to make the change, right? I have thought about getting myself a new controller for PC, just because I mean I've got an Xbox controller I can pair with Bluetooth, which is grand. You know, batteries, stuff like that. I mean I've got one with USB-C, so I could probably just use that. But it's just because I've got a mechanical keyboard, right? Say mechanical. It's loud. With previous streams, like I used it, people had mentioned it was louder than me, it was picked up by the microphone. But, you know, I mean I've changed the keyboard since, but it's still loud. So if I can just get a controller for it, it means you won't have to hear like clicking. Same thing with before when I broke a mouse while on the stream. Cool, ran away. I mean I'm not really surprised it just wasn't taking the ball or the berries, so there'll be another one around here. Also, if I remember, you can catch stuff like the starters here. Look, another Kakuna. I wonder if this one would go in the ball. It's a big one as well. Great throw. Not an excellent, but still great. Nearly. Let's try again. Obviously, what's going to happen first? I catch the Pokemon or I run out of berries. Excellent throw. That should remain. There you go. Nice, a few levels for each of them. I know it doesn't take much to get Pidgey evolved, so it's probably close to evolving. I mean, I evolved a Weedle earlier at, I think, level 7 in Legends EA. Then again, it was shiny, so I wanted to evolve it. There you go, Kakuna. Cool, now the Pikachu. Means I can at least evolve this one. Oh, nearly. So when it comes to the majority of the Pokemon, previously I didn't use any berries to catch them. But when it comes to stuff like trying to catch a Pikachu in a regular Pokeball, it's kind of needed. But no, I do not want to catch her. Pressed it like a damn D-pad. There we go. Fingers crossed. If not, I'll have to aim to get an excellent throw. Or not. Cool. Also, my aim with this streaming thing, I do want to stream at like normal times, whereas previously I was going till like 2, 3 in the morning. But you know, can't exactly be doing that nowadays, and I think that's part of the reason as well why I couldn't continue with it previously, just because I had work, got home, started streaming, and then yeah, continued till 3 in the morning, and I had to get up like 3 hours later. So I always ended up shattered and ended up dragging myself down, but you know, here we are. Cool, another one to level 10. I will check the Pokemon box to see about the duplicates, because obviously I don't need more than like 3 Pidgeys. Because obviously with the live decks I need to evolve them later down the line. That's the move button. Yeah, I've got a number of rats I'm not going to need. I'm going to send a couple to the Professor, not Spearow. Got 3 Pidgeys. The Odysseus is fine. I mean, I know you can catch the evolutions late down the line, but for the time being. And some candy, let's go. Quick candy, nice. I know Neo's blocking it, so. I'll say that's one good thing about being able to have the TV next to me. I can just look over and see what text is on the screen. Candy jar, here we go. So obviously with the candy types, they've got different ones. So they've got like quick, they've got like, I think it's like the powerful ones as well. Stuff to increase like obviously with this one, speed, and, you know, obviously attack, stuff, you know, stuff like that. But although it is a little strange how they give you like the combat points like Pokemon Go, I think pretty much they saw the success of the game and thought, yeah, you know what, we're going to match that. I mean, it's officially been 10 years since Pokemon Go came out, and I think that is horrible to think about. The thing is, when the game first came out, I didn't have a phone that could play it. I had like a Nokia brick, or it may have been a Samsung at the time. But that's when I officially bought my first own phone. I bought myself like an iPhone 4, I think it was, just so I had, you know, something good enough that I can, you know, play the game. Yes, I have played a lot of Pokemon Go in the past 10 years since it came out. But what was really cool about it is I would love whenever I'd find a shiny Pokemon, it'd make it like worthwhile to go outside for it. And it's like the shitty gamer attitude of, oh, I don't want to go outside. But you know, I can't say I'm like a very physically fit person, you know. I'm not like, I don't look like a boulder or anything, you know, but I work a desk job, you know, I play games when I'm at home. You know, it's not like I spend all my time at the gym. Hey, got a male Pikachu this time. What a shit throw. Still nearly good enough. Let's use a raspberry, make it a bit easier. Nice, jumps at the wrong time. I will say, I much prefer playing like chill games like Pokemon. Although I play like a lot of Zelda. Like, huh? Yo! I know I was saying I don't care about shinies, but you know, when you've got one running out in front of you, you have to catch it, right? That shit's fucking awesome. So officially first shiny on stream within, how long has it been? An hour of starting the game, right? Okay, cool. I am not complaining at all. Yeah, let's tuck the Oddish away in the box. You know, I need to put that on the team, like, immediately. It's going on the team. Oh yeah, I've just remembered as well, just looking into it. It doesn't actually tell you what Pokemon are shining. Let's check the summary of this bad boy. Cool. Yeah, you know what? I'm happy with that. But the thing is, looking at the box, you can't even tell it's shiny because they don't have shiny sprites for some reason, and they don't even have a symbol next to it to say it's the shiny. Well, there's got to be a number of people that would have like transferred shiny Pokemon not realizing they're shiny. It's about this dude. I am planning on playing some Minecraft on the stream at some point. But you know, I just thought as a first stream, this is something I can play for hours, and you know, I can get a lot of enjoyment out of it. Jesus, it survived that. Just Thunder Shock it the rest of the way. Level 9, baby! Yeah, why not? We'll teach Nid around double kick as well. Let's get rid of the layer. The one thing you'll notice when it comes to me playing Pokemon is I am just heavy into attack. Like, I know it's bad, you know, old 25-year-old, you know, saying I don't use like special moves or like defensive. I don't use like stat changing moves, right? I know I should, but I don't. But you know, I just like hitting hard, you know. Oh, let's catch a Weedle while we're here. I like how I can throw the Joy-Con straight as possible, and it still just does a curveball. That's because I'm always rotating in my chair. It's like I don't sit still. As I was mentioning earlier, right, my plan is to stream on Mondays. I will do some other days alongside it as well, but for the most part it will be like a Monday thing. The one issue is I can't do during the day tomorrow just because I've been called into work for it, because there's a number of people that'll be off. So, you know, they've called me in, but I'll have Wednesday off. So I'll probably do a Wednesday stream this week. And I'm also not planning on playing this game outside of the actual stream itself. I mean, if it gets to it, I may do a bit of like grinding for levels and stuff. Let's have a train fight while we're here, might as well. I'll say I can't think of like a kid named Brian. I think if you call your child Brian, they're just born at the ripe age of 40, right? Then again, I wouldn't call a kid Ethan either. It's that type of thing you get bullied for. Thunder Shock. You know, the whole thing with catching a load of Pokemon, right? It's great, but you do end up over-leveled if you're trying to get, like, the live decks. And for those that don't know, I know I've mentioned it a few times with the live decks, pretty much you catch one of every single Pokemon in the box. So, for example, you'd have, like, a Pikachu and a Raichu, rather than, well, just having a Raichu. You know, it can definitely be a pain to do at times, because as I mentioned as well, there's like a lot where it's like trade evolutions, and you know, every game has versions exclusives, which is why I'm playing the Pikachu version right now. Oh, you bastard. Hopefully if I run away it'll still be there. It'll just save me some time with the evolution itself, because I won't have to worry. Good old butt throw. Well, I don't know how good it will be to catch it in a Pokeball. We will damn try. It's gone to yellow at least, but yeah, we'll aim for excellent throws. But if we can get some greats in, fingers crossed. Cool. A lot easier than I thought it'd be. I'm still not going to put it on my team, because obviously I'm not going to need to evolve it, because it's the final evolution. So I'm just not going to worry. Learn Focus Energy. I can't wait to never use that move. Yeah, we'll teach you Quick Attack. One of these Pidgeys will end up in the box. You know, probably the level 10 one. I'll evolve that to Pidgeotto, and then it's going in the box. Or Pidgeot, whatever's the first. I think it's Otto, then Ott. But I also don't know why it'd be that way around. While I'm here, actually, I will check the Pokemon box, because I want to set it up so it sorts it by, like, Dex entry. Pokedex number. Perfect, because that tells me what I can keep and what I can get rid of. So, for example, I'm going to send this Caterpie because I've actually already got the live Dex versions of that evolution line. So I've got Caterpie, Metapod, Butthrow, Weedle, Kakuna. Obviously I need to get a Beedrill, but that'll be later down the line. So there should be a Bulbasaur appearing here somewhere. I have the ability to just run around in a circle and hope something spawns. It's a huge Butterfree. Yeah, why not? One more Caterpie won't hurt, I can always get rid of it. Hopefully the volume levels are okay for you guys. Obviously if there's any issues, just shout in the chat as well, and I can always adjust them. Previously I was using Twitch Studios, but they've gotten rid of it since. I don't know why they got rid of it, because it was really handy to do like not cutaways exactly, like the pause screen start and stop, you know. But then again, if I take a look further into this, I can set up like hotkeys. Still can't believe we caught shiny within like the first hour of gameplay. There is only an Oddish. I do need Oddish for like the live decks. I will go through Pokemon Home on stream at some point, just show you guys where I'm at with the live decks, shiny decks as well. I am pretty much most of the way. I do need a lot of like the Ultra Beasts, so I will need to go through playing Sword and Shield to go through the the Raid Cave or whatever, it's the Max Den I think it was called. I can never remember the actual name of it. Cool. Guess that's just going to run into me. most part, the higher the level, the Pokemon, you know, the harder it will be to catch, but the more candies I'll actually get from trading it away after. I can't remember if it was here though where I caught a Charmander, because I know like Charizard's overplayed, overused, but I would love to have a Charizard for this. Butterfree's just following wherever I'm going. For the most part with this game, you've kind of, rather than like listening out to any like shiny noises, you've just got to listen to the Pokemon cries, so you know like what's spawning. But I know the odds of catching a Bulbasaur here is low. Also, can't remember if there's like stuff like egg farming in this game. Because I mean, Ditto's here, so there should be the daycare system. Cool, another Pikachu. No, absolutely riveting gameplay, right? Running in a circle, praying for the best. You never know. While I'm looking for a Bulbasaur, another shiny might appear. I know I've not got like a catch chain going. Up here. Got a huge Weedle. Another Pidgey. Weedle. I say, I do wish the game gave you a way to like choose to battle your Pokemon in the wild. So they'll just give you a setting for like traditional Pokemon battles, or they would just have a button in the actual fight itself, so you can choose to send out a Pokemon. I reckon if they did it that way, the game would get like a lot less hate than it did. And I don't think it would take that much to implement, considering, you know, they would have already had Pokemon battles in the game. Another Pikachu. I'll give it another couple of minutes. If there's still no Bulbasaur, I'm just going to move on. Oh look, here's what I wanted. So at least then, if there is what you call it, daycare, I can send them in later. Stupid time to throw a ball. Let's get a nice throw. Fingers crossed it doesn't run. Kitten idiot setup. I keep slipping down my chair. There we go, Bulbasaur. I'm actually going to Google it right now. Amazing, there is the daycare and Let's Go. I suppose there would be, considering, you know, it is a Gen 1 game. So it does make sense. So what I'll do later is I'll breed Bulbasaur a couple of times, get some eggs going. Excellent! Way. Wish they gave you something for getting excellent throws, you know. Cool. So I genuinely think I've gotten everything I can in this forest, which is good. Well, they did have what game was it? I think it was Sun and Moon. They might have been the Ultra games, but they gave you a way so you can make sure you've caught every Pokemon in the area. They definitely did it for Oras on the touchscreen, but it would tell you like, oh, you've got like a bronze medal on the top to say you've got every Pokemon until the national dex was added later on. So I mean, I wish they had something like that. It's easier for the completionists. But I suppose being like only Gen 1, it's quite easy to track. Oh, item, tiny mushroom, that gets me like 750 quid, I think. Might be 250. I can't remember the basics of the shops. What the fuck? That's just me, I swear I saw a shiny one. It might just be the grass. Either way, if there was one, it's gone. It probably was just the Metapod I saw with the Oddish behind it. I genuinely thought I encountered another shiny, but I guess not. Cool, normal Oddish. Great throw. Bosh. I'm gonna plan on going for a few hours right now. I will potentially do some later on as well, because I don't really have like a setup for stream times. I will look at doing it just so I can like maintain a pattern. I think part of the issue I did have before was I said to myself, oh, I will stream tomorrow, right? And I got into the routine of just putting it off. Because though I loved streaming, I was drained. Although I've changed like PC and stuff like my storage multiple times, I'm glad I've managed to kept the VTuber files. I love this this Neo model. I would look at using like the VR model for it, but just for the time being, I think PNG Tube is the way to go. And as well, I don't actually have a webcam on my PC. Part of the issue I've got with having a webcam is the borders for my monitors are really small, right? So I don't want it to get in the way of the screen and stuff like that. Although I've got a box of Skylander hanging on the shelf above my monitor, so the corner of my left screen is kind of hidden. It's worse when it's in standing, but I'll be moving that later on. Won't be today though, just because I need to put some more nails up. I know with some other streamers, like, they say, oh, what's going on the screen, right? They'd say like the dialogue of what the trainers say, but I can't be bothered with all that. Not that I'm, lazy and all that. Oh, nice, not very effective. That's me not paying attention. Also, I know Kakuna's got like a high defense anyway. Let's try Thundershock, see if that does much. Being 9 levels above the competition, you'd like to think it would have done a bit more damage than what it did, even for like a not effective attack. For the most part, with the games, well, say with the games with Let's Go, it's not that bad. And whereas with other games, you use like the starter in your party at least. For the most of these, you would just have, say, like your Pikachu Eevee at the start. As I mentioned, you can give them different type moves. So you can give them like fire, fighting, electric for both of them. But that just means because of how like versatile the Pokemon is, you just send them out first every time. And although you'd have the others out for like using, revive slave, stuff like that, for like most of the fights, I had used Eevee for them. Level 9. I will be keeping the shiny in my team for the whole thing. Literally, my whole Legends EA team is just full of shinies. But that's because I've got like 2 boxes full. Technically 3, but I've already migrated a load to home. Cool, I love Caterpie spawning in front of me. Why did I throw that? There we go. Alright, you caught Caterpie. I can't remember if it was Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom I was streaming before. I think it was Tears. What I'm tempted to do is I've got both Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom on Switch 2. I might start a new Breath of the Wild save, play through it on stream, and then after that point I'll restart Tears, right? I do need to restart Twilight Princess as well, but currently given smaller desk size I don't actually have the Wii U plugged in. But it shouldn't be too bad, I can just move the HDMI cable from the Switch to the Wii U. That should just run perfectly fine. Use Thundershock. Cool, good enough for Kakuna, good enough for Metapod. I do think it's weird to have the Caterpie and Weedle line in the same game. Because, you know, they're very similar types, you know, but one's more like gentle and elegant, the other type's a big ass bee. Don't shorten combat points in my Pokemon game. Oh yeah, I forgot they renamed all the HMs as well. I am glad you don't need a HM slave in the game anymore. I mean, still an awful term to call it, but yeah. Oh, there's a rival. I like how the rival's just like, yeah, I was hoping I'd run into you. Like we didn't just follow the same straight path. This was kind of towards the start of the downfall of the rivals. Like, with the other games, they'd pick the starter that was super effective against yours, right? It was fine for like the first couple of fights for the primary reason you didn't actually unlock, say like, don't know, right down for it, I guess elemental moves. You wouldn't unlock them until like slightly later down the line, like, say later, like levels 10, 11, 12, right? Jesus. But like in this one, just because it's Pikachu and Eevee, it's not like they've just got a super effective type. And also as well with the rivals, especially in this one, don't want to talk to it twice. They just give you like a load of items, and it's like, cool, I appreciate the potions, but be nasty sometimes. Also, yeah, great hard work. You're watering the flowers. He's going to stop me on the right unless I have the boulder badge, I think it is. Museum of Science, cool. Oh yeah, I forgot. I absolutely hate the layout of the cities in Gen 1. There we go. Oh, such poor gym design as well. Like at least say like Diamond and Pearl with the Rourke fight, they give you like levels to it. You can go up and down the stairs. You can go across the bridge. Cool. Show them across the water type. Shiny Oddish. I will say it is. I do appreciate that they make it slightly harder to get into the gyms. Say slightly harder, like it's an actual challenge, but like you don't see a specific, either like a specific type of Pokemon, specific Pokemon, or one with like a specific move. Just to make sure like you're prepared for the fight, right? It's not overly difficult. You know, it's like giving a child a maths question, you know, what's 1 plus 1? But I don't know, it stops people from just trying to run into the fight immediately. Which, I mean, it's not good for stuff like speedrunners, but, you know, for the general public, it's a little cool. Can't actually remember what the regional variants for this game was. I just remember that, like, a load of them I couldn't find in Let's Go Eevee. I think that's part of the issue I had with stuff like these Gen 1 games. What was cool is when it came to, like, when they did Pokemon Legends Arceus, they gave you stuff like, I mean, they gave you like a full dex in the game. But whereas it came to stuff like the trade evolutions, you didn't have to have someone with another console. They gave you like a link cable so you could evolve the Pokemon right there and then. And I thought that was pretty cool. Nice. Geodude fainted. This is my rock hard Brock. Oh, yep, show me your best, like I'm not about to spam double kick and just wipe his team. I guess this means we're like officially 1/8 through the game. Wow, 2 Pokemon. I mean, they're high level, right? So if I do lose my Pikachu at some point in the fight, I'm pretty much screwed. I think part of the issue is, right, you don't have a chance to get like a water type. Cool, you got grass, you can't get a water type. At least you can't get one anyway. What's the next one? I think it's Onyx next. Yep, there you go. Yeah, I really do not have a balanced team at the moment. I will need to use the candies more often though. But stuff like grinding for the gyms, I can do off stream. No, not a single boulder. Honestly, wiping it to like perfect half health, like, oh, potentially kill it here? Yeah, there we go. First gym done. You know, I actually forgot how much I miss like games like these. Got additional point in defense. Level 10 Orish. I know with like the Legends games, in order to evolve it, you need to actually go into the menu and like press evolve. I kind of like the idea of that. I mean, it makes stuff like the Oval Stone obsolete. I think it was the Oval Stone. There you go. First badge to level 20. I have always liked that it caps like when a Pokemon will respond to you, because although like you can trade a level 100 to a game and it will tank like every hit, meaning you can pull about 1,000 revives per match if you so need, with the Pokemon itself, if you try and attack, it just won't respond. It gets to the point later on where it will respond sometimes, but you know. Cool. Hey Blue, your granddad must have hated you to call you that. I will say, when I first played this game, I called the rival in the game Blue, thinking, yeah, it's just like red and blue, you know? And then obviously Blue appears, so I just had 2 lots of Blue in the game. I do like how they still made him a bit of an arsehole, but a slightly friendlier one, you know? Smell you later. Jesus. Welcome back to 99. Got Slowpoke here still at the tail. If I remember correctly, you can watch the Slowpoke for like a big nugget. Sure, I'll watch Slowpoke. At least I think it's a big nugget you get out of doing it, so you do get a bit of money. I think, what, 10k? That's funny, because whenever I look at this, I just think, where did she get it from? Did she just steal it from the museum? Big up Slowpoke, I love Slowpoke. Absolute stupid evolution. Oh, Big Pearl, not Big Nugget. But still, I'm sure she just stole it from the museum. $50 Dilla. Jesus. Absolute worthless for me being here. You don't actually get anything out of it. It is kind of cool though to see the 3D models. And seeing like the big jaw Aerodactyl. Pokemon is that? Charizard? Looks like a Charizard, right? Kabutops. Yep. You know, I can't actually remember what fossil I picked for my first playthrough. I know with like the cave you can pick one of two different fossils. Map of the universe. Cool. The type of things they've hidden here is kind of cool. Trying to stand on a faraway red planet. Cool. Like Pokemon officially trying to go to Mars. I know you can walk in the other side to get the fossils sorted. Sheep. I was given Great Balls. Does that mean I can buy them now? I'm actually going to sell as well. 4k for the Big Pearl. I think the Big Nugget is 10k. Oh yeah, it is 250 for the Tiny Mushroom. Oh, don't want to select sell again. Yeah, I can buy Great Balls. Cool. Been saying cool way too much. Nothing like going back to streaming to realise you say stupid shit way too often. But yeah, if I spot a difficult Pokemon now, I've got a better chance of catching it. I did check out the music. Also, it's the fossils they found on Mount Moon itself. I mean, Kabutops came from the moon. Yes, here's the Pokemon, the building I've just been into. They've got one of the Ace Masters up above. I think, if I remember correctly, that one was the flying type. So it's possible to take it down with Pikachu, but I need to get his level up before I even think about doing them. What level are these? Oh, level 6, good. So it's gone up a little bit. I mean, Brock had level 11, so you know, it's nothing I can't handle. Do keep using Thunder Shock though, like it is a super effective move. I can remember the basic stuff when it comes to super effective attacks, but the most of it I can't actually remember. I think I always remember like metals, steel types being super effective, well, fire being super effective against metal. something, you know, would melt it. But I suppose, as they say, jet fuel can't melt steel beams. Gotta go down the top anyway. Oh, they're coach trainers. Yep. I'm not going to battle him until I come back around the second time. Yeah, I'm not staring like kid shorts. Youngster Calvin. Can't wait for you to pull out a Spearow. I wonder what move's going to be super effective here. As Derek Barn once say, goodbye dirt. I keep checking my phone, right, just to make sure, say, like, the stream's not dipped out. And it's not, which is good. But I can tell with OBS that, like, I've not lost any frames. Which, I mean, it's surprising given what happened before. I think if I remember correctly, I was playing Tears of the Kingdom and it just dipped out. Got a message from one of my good mates, just like, this ain't good, Chief. And I think that's one of the last streams I did. I will go back and finish stuff like Portal 2. I can't remember if I actually finished it on stream. I know with like Little Nightmares I did that in like one sitting, which was cool. And I did Luigi's Mansion as well. I'm still irritated that I died at the Bowser stage just because I didn't heal up before I went in. It's always frustrating when things like that happen, because I did like a full deathless run. Admittedly, I did beat the game in like one sitting, so not too bad. I got a really poor rank in it though. Crit hit, nice. Let's get rid of focus energy, so that Horn attack will do. I guess there's not really a good place I can put the Neo VTube model. I mean, I can do stuff like shrink it down if needs be. The only thing it really affects is when I change moves for each Pokemon. Oh, Sandshrew. I do really like Sandshrew. Let's just get a nice throw, see where we get. 3. And caught it. Let's go. Most of the shiny colours are really putrid. And for a lot of Gen 1 Pokemon, they just make them green. We'll catch a second. Get an excellent. Come on, it's got to be close to evolving, right? The Pidgeys have hit level 13, the Rats hit 11. I've officially got first catch going now. I'm not going to stick to it though, just because, you know, I've already got a shiny Sandslash somewhere. There you go, Mankey. Finally something different spawned. Great throw. I do think these Let's Go games are definitely the easiest to run through. I mean, it's not like stuff like you know, Diamond and Pearl and the Legends games where you need to like grind out to get a Feebas. I do miss them having like the national decks in the games though. I really enjoyed having to catch like 800 Pokemon in a single game, because like you'd get through the main game's Pokedex and you'd feel like really good about yourself. You caught like 200, nearly 300 Pokemon, and then out of the blue it's just new decks. New decks, new mons, you have to go back through all the routes again to try and get something good. And I loved that feeling as a kid. Because Diamond and Pearl was my first game, right? Going through the decks, and it was like, what, 150? Right? If that? And then at the end you just told, yeah, there's national decks, here you go, you can catch more Pokemon, you can go to like the Safari Zone again. I loved that as a kid. The ability to go through the routes and actually get new Pokemon as well. Nothing like it. I have been kind of looking into getting a 3DS capture card as well, just so I could go through and play like the DS titles, because I would love to play through the DS games on stream. You know, I know there's the point of, oh, some people use emulation for it, right? But the whole thing is you can get issues with the games if you use emulation as well. Thunderwave, not really that important of a move to have. Well, especially now. I mean, it's good that you can paralyze Pokemon you're fighting against, but for the other games, people would use it for stuff like catching Pokemon, right? As mentioned earlier, stuff like using false swipes. You just don't need to use false swipes in these games anymore, just for the prime reason you don't fight the Pokemon to catch them. Oh yeah, I forgot they added laws to this game as well. I suppose they would, you know, being Pokemon Go-Go. I am happy at least they tried something new, because with the majority of the Pokemon games, they're just clones of each other. Personally, I don't mind because they've got a different story for each of them. So, you know, it doesn't bother me. There's different Pokemon you can catch each time. That's why I go back to stuff like Auras. And also I love like flying through the sky and that, but you know, that's another thing. I do kind of wish they had something like that for Sword and Shield. I mean, I know with Scarlet and Violet you can glide across, and then in the DLC you get the ability to fly. But then again, the environments of Scarlet and Violet look like shite, so, you know, win some, lose most, I guess. Greg. Once again, it's like Brian. You just don't name your kid Greg. Gregory, sure, and let them choose. But like, whenever I think of Greg, I think of some bold old dude, you know, sat in a wife beater with like empty cans of Stella by his feet. Come on, when is something going to evolve? See, normal games, you'd have some very early to get a revive, but anyway, like normal games, when you have the starter, they evolve coming up to like level 16. Seriously, nothing new gonna spawn. Just an angry ape, a couple of sparrows. Oh, nice, and a rat. That's what I've always wanted. Not even like a green rat. Cool, just gonna run into that. See, only level 4. Why? Like, my team's all like breaching the 10 mark, coming up to 15. I will say I love this damn moddage. I know it was like the whole limitations of the Game Boy and stuff like that, but I really wish they made like oddish, a radish colour, like when it evolves, or even the shiny. Yeah, white shiny. That's what we need. I mean, we had a white Eevee, so it's possible. But I think with the older Game Boy games, I think they just had a way to shift the palette across. So obviously, you know, limitations, they had to do it one way or another, right? And I am glad they did it at the end of the day, because, I mean, look how many people play these games just to get shinies. And it's definitely added like a whole community to the game as well. I know Pokemon as a whole, really big community for it, right? But it's even bigger with shiny hunters. Like, there are people that are doing like competitions who can catch like the first shiny. Is that Meowth at the top there? Cool. Sleeping Meowth. Technically, a Pokeball would do more if it's on a sleeping state. But, you know, wish I could. Oh, I forgot they added Jesse and James to this game. I miss them in the anime, man. Oh yeah, there's a Meowth from outside. I will actually check on Pokemon Home while I go through this cave to see what fossil Pokemon I did pick, because I can't remember if it was Kabuto or Omanyte. Obviously I needed to get both, right? Just bonk off its forehead. Cool, let's pull out the big guns. Great ball. It is kind of awesome that you can play the game with like one hand. Oh, cool, didn't even give me a chance to throw it. We'll zoom back around the bottom, but I mean, we're going to have enough chance to run into them. Also, looking at the list right, it technically tells you it's out of 150 Pokemon for the Pokedex, as you could only get Mew if you had the Pokeball controller. And not a lot of people bought it, they didn't see the point in it. And now if you have it second hand, you just can't get it. I think a much better way for this game, right, is it would give you, instead of what it did, where you connected to the Pokeball Plus controller for the first time, or whatever it's called, Pokeball with the joystick, if you connected that for the first time, you just got the Mew. What I wished was if you connected a Pokeball controller, you could access a special event, right? I wish they did it that way. So you could buy a pre-owned controller for it, you know, given that it's many years since this game came out. And then you can catch Mew in the game, rather than having to be a brand new Pokeball controller out of the box. But anyway, so looking at Pokemon Home, I caught 110 out of the 150 Pokemon, which isn't too bad. I mean, I got the legendary birds, but I never got Mewtwo. And I don't actually know why. Cool. Looks like I got Kabuto, so I'm going to get the Omanyte this time. I need to see if I've actually still got the Kabuto in Home, because I need to transfer that back and evolve it. See if you can transfer it back. I keep checking these little meteorite spots to see if there's anything in them, because I remember with the older games you could find something in the middle. And as I've just caught Clefairy, you know. Oh, there's your Zubat. Once again, another Pokemon they made green. Aim is to get a Pokemon in the middle of the screen. So thinking about it though, there weren't a lot of trade evolutions for this game. I mean, there was Gengar and Machamp. What I might do is I might have to pull my old Switch out, load the save file of Let's Go Eevee and trade between myself. I don't know if I can, having like the same profile on 2 accounts. Well, 2 accounts on different consoles, right? Take a look, because if I can, it means I can get the trade evos done really quickly. I suppose there are quite a few, there's like 4 of them. The one thing I always notice with Pokemon, especially Legend ZA, right, is if a Pokemon is dual type, I think it actually may only be like the Legends games, but anyway, if a Pokemon's dual type, the super effectiveness of your move only seems to be based off the first type. So for example, if say like Butterfree it was Bug Fly, if we're using an electric move, it may be that it's not effective. Let's get rid of Focus Energy for like having top moves. But yeah, so I mean, so far with my live decks in Pokemon Home, I want it so every game on Home shows the gold crown next to the name, and also you get like cool things like certain shiny Pokemon. Like they gave you a shiny Keldeo for completing one of the dexes, but anyway. So I've completed like the Sinnoh, the Galar ones, the Huey, and the Paldea ones. I've done Luminous, but I've not sent over the Mega Evolution Pokemon yet, and the DLC ones. So I've got to do that, but that'll be sooner rather than later. And also with Pokemon Go as well, they've got the whole decks regarding that. I've caught the majority of the Pokemon. I think I'm currently sat at like 900 in my Pokemon Go live decks. I've also got a lot of shinies on there, but the issue is you can't transfer them all at once. You've got to do them like in sections from each other. Oh cool, Paris. I just wanted to change the streaming info. I actually forgot to mention it's a birthday stream in the header, but you know, doesn't really matter. It's just, you know, something to add in. So far my internet's been a bit weird at the moment. I've not had any dropped frames, which is really good. I mean, touch wood, obviously. But the speed it's showing is like 6 megs, but I know it's higher than 6 megs, so I think it's because it's all running through the TP-Link Deco system. So for those that don't know, that system's like creating a mesh network, so you've got Wi-Fi across your house, right? I think that is limiting stuff like my numbers. I hate Zubat so much. Yeah, currently in Pokemon Go, I've got 146 shiny Pokemon, and in my live decks I've got 887. So like, with those two I can tick off the majority of the decks. The issue is you can only transfer a limited number of Pokemon from Go to Home a day. Technically a week. Because the thing is, it uses points, right? Which is fine, But in order to regain the points without spending like a week's worth of your time, is you've got to use the coins, which means you've got to pay to transfer Pokemon from Go. And as I say, I've got 146 shinies or something like that. That's going to take me ages because it takes more points if it's a legendary Pokemon, right? There was a time when I was playing the game where they did a day of Latias and Latios raids. I think it was towards my first year of working within Apello. Now what's cool about that is I had three raid passes because I only had £5 in my bank, right? So I thought, sod it, a couple of days towards payday, till payday. I was like, I might as well. So I got 3 raid passes. I did Latios, wasn't shiny, so I thought, okay, no worries, I'll do it once more, see what I get. If that's not shiny, I'll do the other ones so I can get them in the live decks. Whatever, cool. Shiny Latios. I lost my shit. I sent my mate a message saying, how cool would it be? I've got one more raid pass. How cool would it be if I could get another legendary shiny back to back? He was like, no, it's not going to happen. So I made it happen. I caught a shiny Latias afterwards, like direct straight raid after. Both of them are still in the game, both of them are next to each other when looking at the full list of Pokemon, and I think it's really funny. And then looking at the numbers, obviously same day as well. So it's insanely lucky that I could do 2 remote raids and get a shiny. So, good addition to the game. You get Pokeballs per trainer battles, or per training battle, should I say? Which means whenever you do a battle, you're not really going to run out of Pokeballs, especially when it comes towards the actual like Elite Four and the league itself. I'm hoping I can get a Moonstone around here. Maybe later on I'll actually go into later caves just so I can evolve Clefairy. I had to explain to my brother the other day because he used to play Pokemon. He played like Diamond and Pearl and that was pretty much it, but we used to watch the Pokemon anime. I had to explain to him that Primeape now has an evolution, and with Annihilate, the evolution to evolve it, you need to use like the same move like 30 times. Which is all well and good, but looking at the Pokedex entry, it literally says it uses the same move over and over until its heart stops. And I mean, Pokemon's all about the darker Pokedex entries. I mean, just look at like Drifloon, for example, and Hypno. But I do kind of like that you've got to read into it. So obviously, if you don't read the Pokedex entries, you're not going to know about like, the hidden stuff. Ugh, loser stood in a cave. Super nerd over it. Their socks shatter when you drop them. Let's just pull the same. It got over half its health done. What a way to spend your 25th birthday, eh? Sat at home playing Pokemon. Yeah, wing attack, why not? Let's get rid of tackle. Like, at least quick attack's got a purpose, right, where it'll go first. Tackle's just shit quick attack, so you can get rid of that. What's over here? An awakening, cool. For the majority, I don't actually use that many items. Like, I'll use revives later down the line and like the occasional potion. But for the most part, I don't actually need to use anything. I mean, Pikachu's only lost 9 hit points. So I don't know when Pidgey evolves. So I do like you could take Pokemon out of the balls. And we'll travel alongside Oddish just for the prime reason he's green. You can catch Golbat later on, so I don't really care about getting more Zubats than I need to. I am hoping another Onyx pops out. If I remember correctly in this game, I mean because it is Gen 1, I don't think you can get a Steelix in it. So there's no real point of like trying to evolve Onyx. Well, I say trying to evolve, like you're not going to get anything out of it. But there's no point in having Onyx in the party because although it's powerful, it is just a basic evolution Pokemon, right? Sponge shock it. They're running solid 60 FPS, which is good. You know, I'm glad I've upgraded my setup for this. To be honest, that was like most of the reason why I paid for like a better setup. Come on, Onyx. This is like the type of place it'd spawn back in. For the prime reason it's a nice large open environment. What does Geodude at least? Another Zubat. I didn't go down the ladder, I'll go down there and hopefully an Onyx appears. If not, there'll be more chances later. Cool. Team Rocket Grunt. Yeah, wing attack's a good move. I love having 2 Pidgeys in the team, because as soon as one evolves, he's going in the box. And technically, as soon as the second one evolves, because the first one's slightly higher, I'll just be keeping that one. Ray Candy, let's go. I get 1 level to a Pokemon, that's it. Jesus, like dodging the tax man over her. Oops, didn't mean to go back down there. Thought, you know, considering I'd come out of the ladder, it would put me above the spot, you know? Here's James. Hello, Jim Bob, me boy. Absolute filler room over here. Got a nugget at least, that's a bit more money. I always walk over to like the water coming out the wall thinking it's something important. I remember doing that on my first playthrough. It's just not important. great throw. Meanwhile, doing like the most half-assed throw on my end. That was like Pixel off getting an excellent. I'm surprised it's still there, to be fair. Thought it would have run by now. Don't do the adult thing of using a raspberry. Nothing like using a raspberry and getting a normal ass throw to catch something. Tucked away in a box. Yeah, like, it looks like you can get an item if you, like, interact with it, right? Hey, Moonstone. I knew there was one in a hole here. Pokemon box. Okay, so I can get rid of a number of Pokemon here. I'll catch a Geodude later on. I'm glad it sorts it by level though. Cool, or I'm just wrong. I can get rid of one of the Butterfrees because I don't need it. I can also get rid of 2 Caterpies and a Metapod. Get rid of that one, keep that. Cool, send them away. Those Pokemon will go down the mines. Sent 13 Pokemon. Nice. And, okay. I wonder if I can use the power-up box with the Pokemon. No, it's got to be in my party. Cool. Let's see. Here's Clefairy. Add you to the party in place of Pidgey. Go back to the power-up pocket. Officially, the first evolution, and it's not by a damn level. Oh, Clefable, nice. I dislike Mega Clefable. I'm not a fan. Like, I kind of like the big fat thing. But no, the Mega Evolution ain't it. Go back in your box. Tic Tac, better get back in your box. It's probably waste. Let's use it on Nidoran. Why not? I was going to chuck it on the Pidgey, but then I thought it doesn't really matter. Let's give Pikachu a bit more strength though. A couple of steroids in a row, anyone? Oh yeah, I forgot we've got a clothing trunk as well. Let's put some sportswear on Pikachu, you know? Cool. Who did I run into? Paris. It's been a hot minute since I've gone an excellent throw, but you know, waste not, want not. I was thinking previously when it came out about String Little Nightmares 3. Then I was like, I'm going to wait for my mate. Going to play it together. We played it a bit when we met up for the first time in London. But because the hotel Wi-Fi wouldn't connect to the Switch for whatever goddamn reason, I had to use my mobile hotspot, and I ended up just tanking my data. Still, lovely evening though. But I don't think I've recovered from the data. Trainer battle, steroids are going to come in place. Let me guess, he's going to put out a non-evolved Pokemon. I guess that's the issue with the early stages of Pokemon games, is they just pull out absolute slop of Pokemon. But here's my level 8 child. Pikachu's just going to boot it like a football. Do it once more. Fat clothes to Pikachu. Fat trainer. Yeah, that's it. Waddle over. Raikou. I wonder what move I'm gonna have to use. The friendly double clip. You know, thinking about it, I can't remember if the Pikachu, as in this Pikachu I'm playing with, is supposed to be male or female, right? Because like looking at the box art, everyone's Pikachu's here like male. So for the people that don't know, a male Pikachu has like a solid end to their tail. This female Pikachu has like the heart to it. That is interesting, at least. Okay, yeah, I mean, I've just checked it. It can be either. Because normally in the mainline Pokemon games, the starter Pokemon is usually meant to be one or the other, but there's a rare chance of getting it to be the other. Can't remember which way around it is usually. Very nice gentleman just stood in a cave being like, yeah, I'll give you more Pokeballs if you need them. Honestly, if they wanted this game to follow the story properly, they'd make this Meowth speak. Like, they could have done it. Give it a couple of balls. If it doesn't go in, we are walking away from it. Cool. Went in on the first. I'm not catching another one. I've got no need for it. If I remember correctly, I think I want to get the Helix fossil when we come up to it. I know I've mentioned a lot of Gen 4 today, but my favourite fossil Pokemon are the ones from Gen 4. Like Shieldon and Cranidos are like the best. I believe it was with this game where you can't upload Pokemon from Go directly to it, which I suppose is a way I can transfer the Pokemon into the game without using too many of the coins. But I suppose it would still use the same method of transferring them, so I will need to use the coins to get the number back up. Come on, Pikachu, wake up. Drowsy and Hypno, they've always creeped me out, to be fair. I think the next city is the Cerulean City, Jay? Because if so, it would be quite easy to take down Misty. Because obviously, you know, having a Pikachu here. But I think I need to do the S-Sand stuff first. The only reason I mention it is because I don't know how long I'm going to be streaming for this afternoon. Still not found another Onyx, but I suppose there's plenty more caves later on. Yeah, go on, just boot me out down there to get the fossils. More Zubat. Nice, another revive. Not that I need it. Another Zubat. Thankfully they're quite easy to kill. Catching's just a pain in the ass because they don't sit still. Just Thundershock it. Super effective, yes, that's because it's part flying. I'm glad this game doesn't have Crobat. I love Crobat, but having to like increase the friendship for evolution, nah, not for me. There you go. I want the one on the left. Go. They're both mine. I don't care. I'm gonna kick your ass and you're gonna give me one. Yes, the king of explosions. Just when I kick it, it just like paralyzes me. If I were that user, I'd get to use explosion. Like, if you can survive the first set of kicks, you ain't gonna survive the second. Oh, Magnemite. Let's go. I'm still going to kick it. I'm just going to kick it out the sky. I do really like the Magnemite line. But the jump between Magneton and Magnezone was a bit weird. I don't know where they were coming from. I mean, I guess they made it a bit more UFO-like. But it was never really like that. It was just magnetic entities that attracted to each other. Where's like the smooth hard shell come from? We'll each take a fossil. Cool. I guess because breeding exists, I could just breed this one and then I can get both. Because the thing is, I don't think I did it with Kabuto and Kabutops. I just transferred one over. Jesus, okay. I'm kind of disappointed I evolved my Clefairy earlier. You know, given there's a Clefable right in front of me. Let's use a Great Ball. And let's use a Raspberry as well. Where the fuck is that going? My timing is shit. So is my aim, apparently. Huzzah! Jesus. I didn't need a second one, but you know, we got one. I don't know how rare the spawn chance is, but... Is Pidgey going to evolve now? Being level 16? Oh, no. Nidoran is. Cool. I do love the evolution animation in this. It looks so pretty. Nidorino. Nidorino is the female one, if I remember correctly. Cool. Clefable stuffed in the box. Insert Meowth dialogue box, because I say made it better. I do wish they gave them like a different theme for this, rather than just using the generic battle. So this is the one downside of only having Pikachu out as the main person, the main Pokemon. Just because when it comes to double battles. Cool, use acid. Oh, I've only just seen they've only got these two Pokemon, so shouldn't be that big of a deal. I will, for XP purposes, bring out Oddish. Just because, funny, Rattata isn't going to kill Ekans. And Pikachu's going to kill Coughing, so it'll just give like a bit more XP, right? I will say, I do quite like the references they had, because with the old cool Pokemon cards, they had flying and surfing Pikachu cards as like the secrets and promos and such. They've pretty much put it in this game, because Pikachu's like the equivalent of the new HM slave without giving them HMs, right? So they're just referencing it. Go on, we'll get our boy Green Oddish to do something. Or not, I guess, if Pikachu's just going to one-tap it. Free XP. Maybe the Pidgey evolves at level 18? Don't actually remember. I'm not going to jump off the side just yet. I've made far too many mistakes in Pokemon where I just launch myself off a side and I can't get back up. I've just got to be careful about what I'm doing. So I don't know if anyone's had this issue with the Switch 2, if they've had them. It only seems to have happened on the right stick, and it's happened twice now. But to help prevent drift, what they've done is they've put like this rubber protector around like the underneath of the joystick. Prevents stuff like dust and crap getting in the stick. I've had it a couple of times now where that rubber rim thing they've put around it has folded over. So it's only folded over on one side, so it's like I can move it to up, down, left perfectly fine. But if I try and move it right, it gets stuck. So I have to like put a pin underneath it to like pop it back out again. But I don't know if just anyone else has experienced that, or if it is just me being me. Rat in a field. Spiro. You know, I'm going to take this Oddish to the endgame with me. I mean, unless I find a better shiny. But I quite like shiny Oddish. I obviously will evolve it. Seriously, nothing else in here? If I remember correctly, I have seen a Fearow in here before. Might be thinking about the wrong patch of grass though. No, nothing good's gonna appear. Up there is the cave where you can access Mewtwo at the end of the game. There's the bike shop where they charge $1 million. It's Pikachu one. Guess he wants to look at the fountain. Yeah, let's just drop 500 big ones in the fountain. I don't think we get anything out of it except from making Pikachu happy. Oddish, what now? Joel looks pleased to look at the fountain. Oh, this is the Pokemon Center I wanted. I will go through it in a sec once we just heal up Pikachu. Cool, if I remember correctly, this dude on the right, this ringmaster, the bloke that's holding a lollipop for no reason, will give Pikachu moves. it learns more later on, so you can return, or maybe there's other people around, but like they'll just give you like strong different type moves. I think this person appears in different Pokemon gyms, but for the first one at least, he'll only give you Zippy Zap. Right, let's see if I can just access the gym straight away. Fingers crossed, because I can get the second gym badge while I'm here. Now this gym layout is still boring, but at least it's a bit more in depth than the first one. Pokemon at least level 15. That should be Pikachu being 18. Pikachu, legal drinker. They do this thing, right? Where, oh, if you walk in front of them, they will do a dive. But obviously if you see up ahead, they give you like a reverse S shape in the ice. Say the ice, it's slightly just a glass flooring, but anyway. The reason they do that is so you can skip out the gym challenges. Now it's not too bad if you're in a rush, right? But we've got an electric type Pokemon. We can wipe this gym, it's free XP. Look, there goes like the majority of Goldeen. They survived because it's actually level 16. I've just got the case of Let's Go Pikachu in front of me, and I've got no clue why I've got it here. $102 XP. Oh, they only had a Goldeen. I do like Goldeen. I can't remember if they put if the evolution was in this game, because it evolves into Seeking. But you know, I can't actually remember off the top of my head. Beauty Violet. I do really like Shelter. Yeah, Sea King is in this game. I couldn't remember if they added Sea King at like a later generation. Damn, there was a lot here I didn't catch in my first playthrough of Let's Go Eevee. I mean, thankfully I can return to it. But I don't know if transferring Pokemon with this game, if you can just export them into home or if you can transfer both ways. Because if you can transfer both ways, great. Because there's a couple on here I'll need to get, such as like evolving Krabby and, you know, get an Executor. Thankfully I've got like the full list of evolutions. I don't think I can complete the Pokedex without the trading. I mean, I know with the home decks I do need to get the trade Evos. What I could potentially do is I could do a new save file of Eevee on a different account on the Switch. So then I can just trade them over, but still that's not handy for like the exclusive Pokemon. I suppose I can always speak to people on Reddit about it. I did yesterday to evolve feedbacks, because before in Diamond and Pearl I believe you had to feed it enough Poffins to get the beauty standard up, but in Legend Z8 you just give it a prism scale and you trade it to evolve, which I mean it makes it a lot easier just for the primary reason there's not actually a way you can change beauty stats in updated games, just because they don't have stuff like the competitions anymore. I also love just speedrunning the gyms. Wow. Where's the Staryu with the banned Pokemon card? I kind of want to buy that Pokemon card. It's a bit expensive now. But pretty much they did a Pokemon card where Misty was holding like Staryu. And I think they allowed it in Japan, but they banned it in the States for having artistic nudity on the card. And there's loads of stupid ball knowledge regarding Pokemon. Like how there's only about 42 of the original Pokemon illustration cards. As in they did like, almost like the Pokemon trainer cards, but instead of saying trainer it says illustration. I'd like Pikachu on it and some art supplies, but they released about 42 of them. Saw someone on the internet like the other week where they're like, oh yeah, I've got one, is this real? And we're like, no, you're never going to see a real one because there's only 42 and like the majority of them are graded. So no, you're not. Oh, okay, just kills Pikachu. Damn, that's what happens when I start waffling about Pokemon knowledge and I don't pay attention. Big man Oddish. Right, it's not going to kill it, it's probably going to kill me. But you know, it's worth a shot. Oh, ball knowledge, ball knowledge. Is it going to kill Starmie? Just start spamming absorb. Also, the one weird thing I noticed, not about Starmie, but about Staryu, one in the background, but anyway. Notice how it's got like 3 of the points going to either side. Well, the longer point on the right there, it actually loops around to the back of Starmie, or Staryu, and I don't know the reason why it's there. Because it looks so out of place, it just kind of exists. I suppose so it's not just a boring ass star. Oh yeah, Cascade Badge. Oddish the Goat. Scald, the one that killed my Pikachu. I suppose you don't see anyone doing the Nuzlocke for this game because you can't exactly just ditch Pikachu. You can't release it, you can't box it. Damn, dead ass Pikachu. That's technically what, first death of the playthrough? Let's rest this motherfucker. Da, 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 da. I love these little ball machines. Technically this would be a good place to stop the stream, but I'm going to see if I can go a little bit longer, see if I can catch anything interesting. Sonic Boom. Can I get anything new in the shop yet? This is probably nothing interesting. Yeah, damn right, nothing interesting. Hey, John's playing Tomodachi Life. I actually spent like a lot of time playing Tomodachi Life. It's been a while since I've looked into it, but I mean I've made Neo in it, made Hatsune Miku, of course. I've added Baby No Money into the mix. So I mean I've done like a lot of them. No, you can't tell us any interesting trivia about the badge. You shiny-headed bastard. What the hell? Imagine having like a giant onyx in your lounge. I suppose they were just teasing there that like, oh, if you have a big Pokemon walking with you, it will go in its box, go in its ball. Awesome. Well, that's the way to get to the next area. So I guess we've got to go up north to the Golden Bridge. A Pokemon. It's... Oh! It's dead. Cool. Still got your Pidgey then. So the rival's caught a third Pokemon and just not done anything. Like I suppose Pidgey's level 12, so it's still not evolved. Quick attack, right? So it goes first, takes 4 hits, kill it. Nice. This is how the world revolves, I guess. I have been tempted to stream Skylanders because I think it would be funny. I mean, I know nobody would watch it, right? Because like, who's out here watching Skylanders content on Twitch.tv, you know? But I love the games, and I do have the PlayStation next to the Switch, which means I can just swap it over. But I suppose Skylanders Imaginators is on the Switch. It's just a shame it's the bad one. It's the one nobody likes. Right, I think here's the plan. I think I'm going to get to Bill's place, which should be towards the right at the end of the bridge, you know, Bill the bloke they're talking about. And then I might call it there for the stream today. I say I might come back to it in the afternoon. It depends if my mate's online at all. If my mate comes online, I'll hop on and play some games with him. But for the time being, so far I think we're looking good. It looks like we have dropped a couple of frames during the stream. Say a couple, about 499. I suppose if it's only 60 FPS, you know, that ain't that bad. Less than 0.1. So like we're grand. I've only just noticed it's actually gotten Pikachu down quite a bit, just for the prime reason I've not been paying that much attention. Will Zippy's up kill me? Cool. I mean, I was looking at using a potion myself. You see what I mean about this shit always being powerful? Oh shit. Okay. Best way forward is probably using a potion. Cool. I love poison. Well, this move's gonna kill Oddish, which is fucking amazing. The poison will lower me. I may need to swap out Pokemon. Cool, gets me down to 3. I will switch Pokemon. I'll switch to a Nidorino. Being next best. Still level 16, so I'm under Pikachu, but better than nothing. Kick it. I need to look at using those candies. Get Pikachu's stats up a bit. So let's get all of their stats up. Eventually with the candies you will end up needing to use the XL ones instead when the standards aren't going to work anymore. You only really get them for transferring like high power Pokemon. Cool, my Pokemon get XP but didn't level up at all. The Pokemon talked. Yep. Spoiler alert for the 40-year-old game, I guess. Suppose it would have made the reveal less interesting if they had made Meowth talk. We're going to go back and heal our Pokemon. Just for the prime reason I don't want to use about 4,000 potions and poison restore stuff. There you go, your Pokemon should be all better now. Cool. Oddish. Oh. Welcome to Nugget Bridge. Gotta be five whole trains. 5. Now, if only I had a fire type, eh? You know, the game where about 3 fire types exist. Jeez, I've made some bad mistakes. I should remember from earlier that fighting type is not effective. Thundershock. I mean, I should remember, if I see anything to do with bug types, just smack them with thunder. Pidgey! No, I'm not going to teach it Roost. It heals HP, but it's not really that important mid-fight. At least to me, it's not. That's one done. That's Ali. AliExpress over here. Sure, we can tell what's going to happen. It's 8 levels lower than me, and it's a water type. Peak lineup. $19 V-Bucks card. Come on, Pikachu. Time to kick it. Pikachu's not learned that many moves since I got it. I think that's part of the issue. But so far I've just been rocking with the same moves for the most of today. Just kick it over. Level 17 Pidgey. Once again, one of the issues of having two of the same Pokemon evolving at the same time. Logically, I should have used the rare candy on one of them. Just to at least have a bit of difference between the battles. But it's got a coin in it, so just shatter it. Flinched, just giving me a chance to use Zippy's up. And final one. Gravelith, cool. I do like Gravelith. Could have kicked it. Gonna shock it. Looks like I made the right choice. Got a nugget, yeah. Nugget bridge, nugget bridge. Oh. Little bloke on the top left. Know that this dude's Team Rocket? I mean, I would have said yes to join Team Rocket. Seems like they look after their grunts. Sending out Zubat to an electric type user. Wonder how this can play out. Zip zap that bitch to hell. So if you guys didn't see it before, the person on the top left from here has a Charmander with him. If I remember correctly, I think that's how we get it. Maybe tail whip. Give me that Charmander. Should catch more than 50. Oh, I've not caught 50 yet. So is it 50 unique or is it just 50 Pokemon? Because surely I'm getting close. Fight me, as if I've not had more trainers to go through. That Thundershock, that'll do it. I think this is the main issue with this game, right? Is there's a lot of flying type Pokemon. There's a lot of Pokemon you can easily one hit with an electric rat. Come on, if I remember, you can get Venonats here. I think it's a rare spawn though. I say as it just appears. Come on, one more. One more Venonat's what I need. Thank you. Great. Oh, Oddish, my boy. I don't know why the rat isn't level up. Cool, it's just another Pidgeot. I always like checking just in case. I've got 58, even though I've just caught 2 more. No, I guess not. Amazing. I'll come back later. X special defense. Onyx. Still mad I fumbled that one. Okay, good. Yeah, one more kick will do. I have seen it where people pair both Joy-Cons and use them both at once for the co-op, because you get a higher catch rate because you throw 2 balls at once, and then obviously it's just a 2v1 for the fight. At least for most fights. I will fight all these dudes just because, you know, cool, handy for the XP. Boot doot boot. ground type, so I'm just going to boot it again. Ah, there we go. Pikachu in the Tims. I like just kicking kids when they're down. The Geoda. Wonder what move I'm going to use. Easy work. Nidorino 18. Still no upgrade to Pidgeot. Don't tell me that kid's just ruined my chances. Nope. Good news, I still get the potion. Atkins. So damn close. There's Pidgey. Hopefully it evolves this time. The other one might level up after this one as well. Because they are pretty close to each other. No, guess not this time. But will it evolve? It's the main question. Hey, did you? This one just press B. Because after probably one more fight, the next Pidgey will evolve. Pidgeotto. Then the next Evo is 36. Jesus, enough of these trainers. Hiker Knob. Cool. Dude must hate his parents. Who calls their kid Knob? Short for Knobdrick? Go on, let's go that. Not very effective, but should be effective enough to kill it. There we go. Still no update from Oddish about evolving. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Let's use double kick. Okay, let's make sure to remove that. To be honest, I'm surprised Quick Attack did that much. One more Quick Attack. like a knob. And there's Pikachu. I've just seen, apparently Greggs has removed 3 Mexican items from their shop today, just to support England in the World Cup. It's fucking stupid. Okay, I think I'm going to move Bulbasaur to my party. I will get some of these lined up ready to go. Level 5. Oh, the reason I'm keeping 3 Pikachus rather than 2 of them is because I need to keep at least 1 in the game. So when I come to moving them out later, it'll be those 2, and that one will evolve. Homies and Paros. Cool. Send them. I keep saying cool, so I don't need to. So did I really get 1 Geodude? Let's raise our Oddish a bit. I think Pikachu does need some health as well, so we'll give him 3 each. It's so hot in here. Special attack. With the mighty ones, I will give 2 to Pikachu, 3 to Oddish. Just for the prime reason Pikachu's quite strong already. Oh, looks like Pikachu needs special defense more. So obviously, with the next train after this, as you could have seen, there was a bush that needed to be cut, but you can get through behind the trainer. The issue I've made a number of times is I've had it where I've not made the trainer walk far enough, so I can't actually get behind them to get it. Kill a Golding. Two great balls. Yes, move out far enough. Cool, Squirtle, can't wait to fly it. Zippy's up. Motherfucker cooked. Two great balls. You know, I think they want me to use great balls. Call me Solid Snake. Du, 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 du. We'll get to the point towards the end of the game where it's like these battles just go on too long. Can't be bothered. Run through all of them to get to the Elite Four. None of my attacks are actually effective. I think I should go back to kicking it twice. It's the way forward, I think. Another Pidgeot. You know how they all go in the past? Last item. Hey yo, bro, got 3 balls. Please tell me I'll get the fishing rod at some point so I can just get a magic up. Maybe this bloke can just pay 500 quid to get. But come on. Go get Fisherman Sinner Crab. Not going to survive longer than 2 seconds left. There it goes, dancing its way to the early grave. I don't want this bloke to give me money, I want him to give me a fishing rod. Cool, so he's not going to give me one. Ain't that just swell? Found the lure. Just start walking back now. No, I'm going to help Ben out first. Absolute freak of nature. It's Nidorina on his hind legs. Don't even hang it. Self-separation system. I love when they do like these little animated cutscenes. It's like they could have done this for the whole game. Just open the door and it's just like a flesh blob. Yeah. Cool, just gave us some free tickets. Okay, cool. I'm going to head back into the town, and then I think I'm going to call it a day. Oh, silver raspberry. First time it's actually been useful. Cool. So, we've got our way across to the next city. How am I Pokemon? Nothing. Yeah, Pikachu could do with a bit of a heal. Cool. Not bad, not bad. Okay, cool. Keep saying that. Wish I didn't. I am going to head off, as we've been going 3 hours. And I will catch up with you guys later on. Might be later this evening. Might be in the next couple of days. But I shall see you guys on a stream then. Ciao.